Yeah, I do think they did hit some tough contested outside shots, but there were a couple key times when they beat us off the dribble or we fouled that hurt us. And again, to win against good teams or to win on the road, what have you, you have to be able to come up with some stops. They were playing inspired ball. They've got very talented players. You can see those two first years are special, Beasley and obviously Bacon, Dwayne Bacon. Those guys had good games, and then Booker hit some tough shots. I think that was him coming out of bounds play that we were all over him. So you accompany that with us not finishing some opportunities when we got point blank, and it's tough. You're close, and you need to have some things go well that haven't been going well, but when you can't count on at least getting a stop or making them earn, those things hurt. And I think at inopportune times we either missed a bunny or didn't finish, or they came away with a shot that was too much of a high percentage shot.
Doug.
End of the first half, you're leading by 6 and you have the ball and you can't get it inbounds and they hit a 3.
Yep.
Kind of.
Yeah, that was frustrating because we wanted to get the last shot, and we had a set called, and we got was it a 5-second call, right? They called on us. We were waiting for just to get it in and run an action to our big to step up and get a catch, and I think Mike thought maybe he had post position, but then they hit it. That was a tough shot actually that the kid hit, but I think there was a 1 second difference. That was the called timeout and said one shot. We were 6-point game. Was it a 6-point game or
yeah?
So you said that's why I used that timeout at the end and say, look, let's get one shot. Let's run an action, and the ball got tipped with about 11 seconds, and then we took on the side out of bounds, and we had an action to get one shot, and we got the 5-second call. So yeah, that was a momentum change, but that wasn't the difference. They came out and they had a good start of the second half. I thought we regained some control. We ran our offense hard, and we started getting the looks we wanted, so that was good. And first half we defended well, but you have to be able to defend for longer stretches well, and it's certainly a test against that kind of talent.
Whitey and then Jeff.
Devin got the start today. I think it was the second start of his career.
Yep.
He's showing you something in practice.
Yeah.
What kind of went into
Yeah,
that?
he did a good job. He's been in the system for 3 years, and he brings some good fight to start the games. I thought he did a solid job out there. I mean, he had his hands full guarding that guy, and I think he got beat outside on one of the crucial possessions. But he did some good things for us. And again, I've used Mariel, I've used Darius, Devin. Just went with that, and I liked what I saw with Devin. I'll watch the tape and get a feel for that. But shorten the rotation a little bit. Mariel didn't play as much in this game. Didn't play in this game, I should say. And when you're not feel like you're clicking, you're searching always a little bit for rotation. So we tightened them, and I went with that. And we didn't obviously look at Malcolm and London's percentages. Those were numbers that were tough. But they made it hard for Anthony. We finally started getting it to him, but they really made it hard to get it to him. So I think those perimeter guys had to try to make some plays off the dribble. Not necessarily shoot, but sometimes to shoot, sometimes to create. And that was tough. But again, I kind of went off on a tangent. Devin, I thought, did some solid things, and we're kind of looking for answers, so we'll keep searching for sure.
Jeff.
When you played Villanova, there was a lot of talk about the quality of its guards. What about this Florida State group with Bacon, Beasley,
Yeah.
and Booker too?
Yeah, those you can see why they were so excited to get those guys. And Booker steadies them. He really does. And seeing Xavier play the point guard and he can go off at any time. He's got that ability, as we've seen in the past. And then the two talented wings, different than last year's past. Florida State, they're really playing 4 perimeters. I mean, they played Brandon as Monte Brandon as the 3 last year, and now he's pretty much playing a lot at the 4. So it's a big 5 usually, or they went with Smith, and then it's 4 perimeter guys that can bounce it and do some things. And they've done some good things. That's our league. We're 2-3, they're 2-3. We've got some talented teams that are fighting it out.
Additional questions, Jeff? Go ahead.
Evan have kind of a mental block at the offensive end now. Do you think shots are not going in?
Yeah, he shot lights out in practice. We had 3 days, and he was beautiful the way he was shooting the ball and getting it there. And and he got, I think, one decent looking 3. and a drive right there. But he does some smart things, heady things, and again, because of how they were playing with their 4 perimeter guys, we thought when Isaiah needed a blow that Evan could give us a good lift when he wasn't playing on the perimeter, and his experience hopefully will come in handy as we advance.
Okay, Doug?
What about the rebound differential with Bacon getting 8 defensive
Yeah,
rebounds?
that's a lot. I just looked at that there. I think there was obviously a lot of misses up there on our end to go get. So when there's those, and I can't remember how he got them all, but sometimes we drive in there and they did a good job because they're playing 4 guards. They came back and rebounded. He's a strong, athletic guy, but obviously that's a good numbers for sure.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Yep.